Shavua Tov, everyone, and Chanukah Sameach. I'm sorry this video is coming a little bit later than usual. This week's parasha is Parashat Vayeshev. The Torah tells us about Yaakov's children, Yosef and all of his brothers, and that Yaakov favors Yosef over the rest of his siblings. He makes him a multicolored coat, or a coat of stripes, in different ways to read it and interpret it, with a lot of different implications. But in addition to that, we hear the brothers' response. The brothers are jealous of Yosef, and it leads to a place of hate, so much so they decide it's time to get rid of Yosef completely, and they would like to kill him when he comes to visit. Reuven, who manages to convince the brothers not to kill Yosef by saying, throw him in a pit and hoping that he will come back later on to take Yosef out. The Torah tells us, V'habor rek ein bo mayim, and the pit is empty, there is no water. Rashi says over there, and he brings us from the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat, Mayim en bo, aval nechashim ve'akrabim yesh. There's no water, but there are snakes and scorpions inside. When I read the word rek, or empty, the first thing that comes to mind is empty, the absence of other things. How does the Gemara and Rashi get to the conclusion that empty, this dark hole of a place that is empty, has snakes and scorpions if there's no water in it? This, in a way, the Torah is trying to teach us, and Rashi and the Gemara are trying to teach us a very important lesson that is relevant for life, for Chanukah, and especially for the time that we're going through right now in these days. In the absence of light, in a place of darkness, scorpions and snakes roam. In other words, there's good and there's bad. And when there is an absence of light, there's an absence of good, the natural thing that will happen is scorpions and snakes. The story of Chanukah is, in the absence of light, the Greeks take over and torture us and try to make us lose faith and give up all hope. The snakes and scorpions rise from that place of darkness. And what do we do in response? We light up the world. We make sure there's as much light as possible. We light the Chanukiah, we light the menorah in Bet HaMikdash to show that light will defeat the darkness. In an absence of light, in the events that led up to the 7th of October, the events that led up to what happened on Simchat Torah, is there was so much fighting inside the nation, so much hate, so much darkness, that snakes and scorpions were able to rise. And from that place that they were able to rise, what we need to do is light up the world. Light the Chanukiah, bring more light into the world, more good into the world. That is the only way to put snakes and scorpions back in the place where they belong. May we be zocheh to light the world up with good from the light of Chanukah and bring Mashiach soon in our days. Shavua Tov and Chanukah Sameach.